Well, I decided I wasn't done sharing all my favorite memories, but I don't think I'd ever really be done, so I'll just share a few more. I remember when we were in your Farron house and we were all rolling down the hill and Nicole got a scorpion inside of her. And she got bit by a scorpion in your backyard. And that was crazy. Which is not really a memory of, like, I guess everyone there, but it was just a memory of that house, which was awesome. And I also remember at that house when you built that deck on the top that you said it was perfect because you could always just pee off the side of the deck and it would just go right down to the bottom. And I remember for sure all of our four-wheeler rides and hunts in the Farron Mountain. And I remember when one time we were in your front yard on the four-wheeler driving down one of the long driveways, and I don't remember, we were pulling weeds or something by this tree. I don't remember how it got brought up, but you were like, careful now. Or I threw a rock or something and you're like, careful now. You know that all these things are alive, right? And I was like, what? Haha, Grandpa. Whatever. And you were like, no, really. All these things are alive. All the tree has a spirit, and the rocks, the earth, the mountains, they all have a spirit. And that's something that I'll always remember because I didn't understand it when I was that young, but that's something that I've learned to love so much. Being part of this family is hunting and just being in the mountains. And I just love your example. And it's inspired so much of who I've become and where I want to take my life. And I'm so grateful for those memories in the Farron Mountains and in Emery County. And I just really appreciate your optimistic attitude all the time. And just how close to God I know I feel when I'm out in nature. And just being down there in Emery County, there's just so many memories. And just being in the mountains and hunting and going on adventures, it makes me think so much of the memories we've all had as a family, doing whatever we do in the redneck hick lifestyle that we do it. And our family is just so unique that way, and I think we've drawn so close. And I'm just so grateful that I'll never forget how strong you've always been in my eyes, and how many things I know you've been through, but I can't even begin to relate to. And still, somehow, you stayed so close to the gospel and everyone and everything. And family's just stayed your most important thing in your life. And people have always been the most important thing to your life. And I always want to be like that. And I'll always remember that no matter how hard life might get, that it's just so small on this eternal spectrum. And there's nothing so great that can happen to us in our life that is worth giving up on God, and that you really can find joy through anything, even if it's singing weird songs, wearing overalls, bent over, cracked in a garden. But yeah, okay, that's all. Happy birthday.